for murder in Virginia after teens tell authorities an age-old childhood prank, the ding-dong ditch, turned deadly. A high school senior shot to death while doing the stunt, his friends say, for a TikTok video. Now the homeowner, Tyler Chase Butler, arrested and accused of second-degree murder. The Spotsylvania County Sheriff's Office saying in a press release it was 3 a.m. Saturday morning when they got a call for a burglary in progress where shots were fired. Deputies found 2 people with gunshot wounds on the scene. 18-year-old Michael Bosworth Jr. was transported to a local hospital where he died just hours before his high school prom. His stepfather telling me he was a student athlete who played lacrosse, football, and wrestled, now gone. Another teen grazed with a bullet, telling investigators, according to court records, they weren't trying to break into the home to steal anything. They were just ringing doorbells and running away. And a third teen, not shot, telling authorities the same story and showing police a similar video from earlier that night. The question is whether a resident can claim self-defense in such a case.
In Virginia, if you are going to use lethal force, you have to be in fear from the perspective of a reasonable person of bodily harm, great bodily harm, or death.
The sheriff's office saying the Butler is held on no bond at a local jail. We haven't been able to reach him or an attorney. The investigation is still ongoing and may uncover if it really was a ding-dong ditch that led to shots ringing through this neighborhood and a young life lost. Drew Wilder, NBC Washington.
Details on the Northern Virginia man who allegedly shot and killed a high school student who was trying to break into his house as part of an apparent TikTok challenge.
Fox 5's Bob Barnard live in Fredericksburg with the update. And Bob, today you pushed to get some answers.
Yeah, that's right. Look, most of the relevant documents in this case are sealed, so we don't know what led up to these charges being filed. The suspect's brother did answer our knock on the family's front door this afternoon, but said they had no comment. Tyler Butler is 27 years old. He is charged with second-degree murder, malicious wounding, and using a firearm in the commission of a felony. He's accused of shooting at 3 teenagers behind the home he grew up in and shares with his parents and brother here on Mackenzie Lane in Fredericksburg. The shooting happened around 3 a.m. Saturday. The Spotsylvania County Sheriff's Office says the teens were attempting to burglarize the Butler's house. 18-year-old Massaponax High School senior Michael Bosworth was shot and killed. One of the 2 juveniles with him was shot and wounded. They tell investigators they were videotaping themselves doing a ding-dong ditch as part of a TikTok challenge. One of Tyler Butler's longtime neighbors here says she's devastated by what's happened.
It's very sad, very sad. This is truly on everybody's part. Like, the poor child, the poor kid that got killed, and of course what happened to him. I mean, such a stupid prank, and look at the results. Family's ruined. So, very sad. Hope this does not happen, and I hope that kids learn a lesson.
Michael Bosworth's classmates held a vigil in his honor as part of their senior sunset celebration at school. Now, in court documents, Tyler Butler reports being single, having gone to college to study computer science, and now making his living through sports betting. He's being held in jail without bond, has his next court date next month. We've reached out to the Spotsylvania County Sheriff's and Commonwealth's attorney's offices. They have no comment about this case. And not long ago, guys, I met with a neighbor here who showed me video from in front of his home not long before the shooting down the street. And the video, he wouldn't share it with us yet, but it shows 3 teenagers approaching his house and not ringing the doorbell and running, but banging and kicking his garage door. He says they weren't trying to break into his house, but this was not just simply ringing and running.
Yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in. And first, I do want to send condolences to the entire family of Michael Bosworth, all of his loved ones, people that dealt with him on a day-to-day, classmates, teammates, anybody affected with this tragic, unfortunate news of him being shot and killed right before his prom, right before graduation at 18 years old. Very, very unfortunate situation right here, and them going through it with this right here over this past week or so. Most definitely condolences to all of them, and may he rest in peace. God bless his soul. And I had a link in the description where you can watch the clips at the beginning in full from NBC and Fox, and I'm gonna get into a write-up and other pieces of information in just a second that kind of highlight some details with this right here, as I said this is just one of those unfortunate, tragic storylines that you want to have avoided. The pranks, it's just one of them ones, bro. It got to get out the game. It's just unfortunate situation how this played out. An 18-year-old lost his life, but we have to call this for what it is. This is something that should not be happening with the way that the world is, the way that the world works, going on somebody's property. Now, one thing that stood out to me that I heard right there is back door. So when somebody goes into your backyard and this is your home, mind you, Tyler Butler is there with his parents and his brother, to my understanding. Somebody's beating on your back door, knocking on your back door at 3 in the morning. And can't confirm what the other neighbor said. Is he said he has them on video or saw them banging on garages and making other noises as opposed to just ringing on the doorbell and running. That right there just sounds like, okay, this was an accident waiting to happen. This is something that has to be avoided. And like the neighbor said, the pranks, they just always be, not all the time. We didn't all did pranks as kids or little things like that. But these things like this, that time of morning, 3 a.m., being loud, somebody else's property, it's a bad accident waiting to happen. Now, when it comes to Tyler being arrested for this right here, I'm just like, what is really going on? Because they said this stuff is sealed. An 18-year-old was shot and killed by a homeowner in Spotsylvania County over the weekend. The homeowner believed the teen and 2 others were attempting to break into his home. One of the boys who was also shot at by the man said they were recording themselves doing a TikTok ding-dong ditch challenge. Tyler Butler, 27, is charged with second-degree murder, malicious wounding, and using a firearm in the commission of a felony. He's accused of shooting at 3 teenagers who were behind the home he shares with his parents and brother on Mackenzie Lane in Fredericksburg. Most of the relevant court documents in the case are sealed, so it's not exactly clear what led to these charges being filed at this time. And when it comes to self-defense in Virginia, it says, in Virginia, individuals have a right to self-defense, including the use of deadly force if they reasonably believe it is necessary to prevent imminent death or serious bodily harm. This is often referred to as a stand your ground law, meaning a person is not required to retreat before using force, except in specific circumstances. The force used must be proportional to the perceived threat. Reasonable belief. A person must generally believe that they are in imminent danger of death or seriously bodily harm. Proportionality. The force use must be proportionate to the threat perceived. Virginia's stand your ground law generally allows individuals to use force without retreating. So, with all of that being said, this is the dwelling, this is the home, protecting other family members. There was a burglary call made as well with this situation, to my understanding. So I don't know why he's being charged. There's a lot more to this story right here. I'm going to keep everybody updated on it because I've been seeing it make its way through the timeline and stuff. But something is going on to where, hey, you don't want to just see 18-year-olds get shot and killed, but this happened, bro. They went to the man's house. They beating on the doors. They knocking on the doors. 3 a.m. His parents are there. That if it was daytime, even still, it would be bad. It still can go left. You at somebody's house, but going at 3 in the morning is quiet and you're behind the home. They probably feel like, hey, you already in an attempt to get inside of my crib. My family's here. My loved ones is here. I'm not asking no questions. I have a right to defend the home. I don't know this guy's other stuff he had going on with this, but with what they saying, how this played out, it being sealed, I don't know what this means right here. What is really going on? Because they ain't even reporting a lot of the information, and we just got to wait and see how it play out. But to stand your ground law, I would just say, talk to your kids, keep them away from these type of pranks, putting their life in danger, because at the end of the day, no matter if you feel if it's right or wrong, justifiable or not, the goal is to avoid to where we don't have to even have these type of conversations. Keep people out of this. Keep your hands to yourself. Stay off people's property. The pranks, the trying to go viral or get clout, get a name and things on TikTok, it got to end, bro, because we keep seeing these type of storylines. I believe that dog will be freed from this, if it plays out like, hey, they just ran up in his house, was beating and kicking on doors or making a bunch of noise in his backyard, and he really felt like, hey, bro, they trying to break in my house, bro. They standing by the back door. Because, you know, do you just knock and run, or did he chase them down the street? I would think if that happened, that would be said in the write-ups and in the stories. When he chased them down the street and overdid it or something like that. That's not being reported. It was another guy shot as well. The other guy did not get shot, the third team, but all they stories said, well, we was doing TikTok, but what did y'all, yeah, man, it's unfortunate. We'll see what happened with it. You hate to see these type of things occur at all. You're ready to just be avoided all the way around, but tell me what y'all think. We got more coming, more videos, all at 1,000 for Shit Show. Stay on your pivot.